So she is on, I think this is like 2.5, in the last sitting, as you can definitely see on her face. She doesn't usually eat like that messy, but she's like, she is chowing down. I mean, she's got it in her hair, on her face, on her foot. I don't know if you can see it, but it's like on her leg. I mean, she is just going to town on those things. I thought they'd be a lot more well, they are filling. But you also have to keep in mind, going from white bread, that she definitely doesn't finish like this. And she doesn't chow down on it either. She'll nibble on it, and then I just have like pieces of bread all over, my studio, which is what this situation's been upgraded to. My studio, just pieces of bread everywhere. They dry up and then they turn into dust, and it's always like walking on the beach, but without all the worst parts about the beach, but none of the fun parts. She is nomming. I mean, she is going crazy, which I'm not completely surprised by, even though they are very filling. I mean, she's going to hit a wall soon here. I mean, this is maybe her, because I gave her half of one each time, because they're very crumbly, so they're messy. But, also, her hand's so small, may as well just kind of give her something that fits. So she's definitely, like, getting full. She's obviously, like, not consuming so quickly. But still, I'm not super surprised by the fact that she's going through them so fast, because these are going to be far more nutrient dense, from, like, just a biological standpoint than your typical 88-cent bread at Walmart. I mean, you got the almond flour, the butter, the milk, and she can't have milk like drinking, but I'm pretty sure that usually when you put milk in like a bread and bake it, that's not really going to do much. Never mind the fact that the ratio of bread to everything else is just not, or the ratio of milk to everything else is just not going to be like her just, eating an entire thing of cheese or something, which caused major problems one time. So, I mean, in terms of brain food and nutrients, and she just hit like a big cognitive growth spurt, over the weekend, this past weekend, where, she hasn't taken a nap really since. She has not taken, I mean, she's up 12, 13, 14, 15 hours a day. That she is sleeping like an adult now, which I knew was coming. And really, now it's just a matter of waiting until I can just tell her to go sit in a corner and occupy herself, because now it's just 15 hours of, close encounters of the Marie kind. But I'm not surprised, because a lot of times, like when we first get access to something where it's like it's got all these nutrients we need it, and maybe have not actually gotten to the point that our body wanted it to, she's macking down on those things. And then she'll just sit there gurgling at me loudly for me to get more, holding out her hand. So, don't worry, we got the padding here. And she does that all the time. She judges it very, very carefully. I moved the book, don't worry. I actually want to get a second one, so that way the whole bed is covered. But essentially, she's watching her nannies. The dudes are her nannies. But she's just, I mean, there's kid approved, and then there's like, oh yeah, I forgot. This is actually really nutritious, between almond flour. Are you going to try and get down and make everybody think I'm a terrible parent? Would you like, because you haven't, she'll go through phases. Would you like to get down? Because I'd love for you to kind of get down and just stop yelling at me from the bed. Annie, come here. Come here. Slither, slither, slither. Here we go. Slither, 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 slither. Okay, there we go. Okay. So she is macking down on those things. And really, in the grand scheme of things, between the almond flour, the milk, the butter, and all that good stuff, that is a lot of nutrients, both in terms of body, but also definitely brain food. And after the big cognitive boost she had, or the growth spurt she had over this past weekend, it would make sense that she's now really catching up with a lot of those. Just, even now she's just not really hungry, but just holding on to it. So, you know, moms out there, try those biscuits. It's like giving them the little, you know, all the little things you get, you know, from the store, but unless she's going through some kind of cognitive thing, she's just not gonna have that, you know, she's just not gonna eat a whole lot, because you can't. I mean, you physically cannot. When's the last time you heard somebody like, oh yeah, I mean, there's, like, when you say, oh, I overdid it on the nuts, is a completely different story than I overdid on the bags of Doritos, which I tell you what, I can, or the pack of Oreos that I bought 30 minutes ago. I guess I'll throw it away because all of them are gone. So yeah, so I think once the cognitive boost replenish is over, she's definitely going to not eat all of them so quickly, which, I mean, if she wants to, that's fine. But they're just made that, you know, you just, like I said, go try and binge on nuts to the same extent that you binge on cookies or, you know, Doritos, and your body after a while is like, I can't, you need to stop, because this is not condensable like fluff. This is essentially plant muscle, and I need you to stop subjecting me to all of it. Hi, Marie. Hi. So yeah, I'd go ahead and say it's a hit. It is a hit. Cheap, and also what, you know, like, I'm going through butter like nobody's business. I'd also probably go through milk pretty fast too. That being said, see, that's what she does. Yeah. Well, that's just, she loves doing that to everything. She'll eat, and then when I show up again, everything's just spread across the floor. So yes, and yes, it's messy in here, but some days we clean, some hours we clean, some days I took our motorbike pictures. We got our motorbike pictures. Motorbike pictures. I made a recipe. I wrote up a recipe. I took pictures for the recipe. I took videos of the recipe. I took videos of new products. I made new products. I posted not made new products. I checked my stats. I looked up new products. I looked up business loans and business grants and how to get them. Yeah. Some days just look like this, and the productivity log is just through the roof. All right, there we go.